Alright, I'm not on Loom. I'm on, let me move this down. Back on YouTube. Well, I'm on my Screencast-O-Matic. Why? So I can load it to YouTube. Okay, look, it's my Saturday morning. It's your Friday afternoon for Friday evening for most men. I put this in the Telegram group for you, and last night where we were going through, remember, and I showed you at each 40-minute interval there was a major pump, see here, and a major pump. It just kept going at 40 minutes prior to that, and we were catching it, and we ran all the way up to 45,000. And I talk about here the psychological influence of whole numbers, right? Yes, math, and yes, it's price and demand and all that, but there's some other factors at play. Human nature is very important in your trading. So it tagged that 45,000, and I called it last night. I said on live, in the Telegram group there, hey, that's it, right? We've reached the top. Be careful. Don't long the top. And I mentioned that now you could stair-step your way down, even though the direction would be green army, that you could take that opportunity and stair-step your way down. I went to bed. I didn't care. I don't mind this. I'm not going to go, oh, I'm staying up. I want to make all the money. Every day there's opportunities. Do not let this become an idol worship or a god or something, right? Everything's got to be in balance in your life. However, that's exactly what happened. And so notice the psychological influence of whole numbers. In this case, it's 1,000 barrier. So we hit the 45,000. And that's a whole number, right? A really powerful one. The ensuing sell-off of the profits hit the bottom floor by 1 in the morning, right? I'm sound asleep. And it hits the bottom floor at 44,000. Exactly, right? A whole number. And the price will range for some time forward now, especially going into the weekend. And that's what's happened all my time morning, which was all of your afternoon time. Now we're getting into your evening, right? And let's look at it live. And I just put out there for you guys. Now I'll get rid of this. I don't know why that showed up on the side. I guess people, let me drag this over or something. Yeah, I can't do it. Okay, so I just put in here for you guys, 13 minutes ago, we saw a double tap. 44,050. And I said, watch this clip. So what's that clip do? If you watch the clip, it would show you the strategy here. When, this double tap, like the last time I posted this, it happened 1 minute apart. We're on a 1 minute chart. It happened 1 minute apart. It could happen here and go and come, 10 minutes later and double tap. And when it double taps, the second tap, I don't know why. I've been in this game a long time. It happens 100% of the time. And it double taps. There is instead of going through, there's always a gain back up. Okay? So with that gain back up, and I want you to remember, I'm going to put a card up here in the top on picking the right pairs, right? Pick the right pair. You want to know what to do here. There's an opportunity here, right? And we have, look, I know I jump around, but my mind runs fast. 1 hour is red. We're looking at our direction. 2 hours is red. I posted earlier before these posts in Telegram, the direction to be really careful. Yeah, see, I told you in the Telegram group. We came to the 8 o'clock, the new candle, and look what happened. It was green that's turned to red. So, but very weak red, right? Caitlin, candle, not strong, weak red, but we do have direction, do we not? Red, 6 hour, 2 hours. This is a good solid candle. There's meat to it, and the wick is out of the bottom. Tiny little wick out of the top. And the 1 hour, we got the same. One weakening here, wick out of the top and bottom, back getting stronger again. So we got red direction. Now, I know you go, but Mal, you never go against the direction. Well, when you get like, there's always, you go, okay, you're covering, so if it doesn't go right. No, there's always exceptions to the rule. One of the exceptions to the rule is the Monday to Friday. Sorry, that's my son screaming and yelling. I have 10 acres. He's probably 200 meters away, but he's yelling out about something. Sorry for the interruption there. But the exceptions to the rule, let's cover one of them. First exception to the rule in direction is the major markets. When each of the, Monday to Friday, not weekends, when each of those major markets hit, right, at their time, the institutions, right, the first market to hit as the sun runs around the earth is Sydney in Australia. And then the next market to hit, Sydney, Australia was not a player until just recently, and they've really come on board hard with their institutions. It's not individual people, this is big time players, right? Institutions, bank, insurance companies, bond and treasury bill companies, investment companies, right? They're all into Bitcoin now. So Sydney is the first one. The next one that happens, you go to Time Buddy, right? give you the clip. Look in the link below for Time Buddy, right? You want to look. Plus, I'll put up the clip at the top here for Time Buddy, right? Up here, I'll put up the clip for you. That you need to use that, and that's how you find in your time when these times are. And the first hit in each of these markets is around that 5:30 in the morning. That's the first guy. That's the first hit. Then you get a bigger one that starts to take off at 6:30, and then the managers show up. And each market's different, right? They're different cultures. They're different people. So Australia, it's just like one hit and it goes. Singapore, you get the earlier hit, and then you get like a 6:30, 7 o'clock when the managers hit the floors and they come in and make a bigger decision. Then the next market after that, as the sun rolls around the earth, is the Moscow market. Now that one may not last long, right? That one just came into fruition because of what's going on with the conflict and war. So the institutions were moving available cash. Cash is not good to be hanging on to today, right? Inflation's eating it up. There's all this trouble in the world, right? Cash, you want to be moving your cash. I don't want to tell you what to do. But you do not want to be strong holding just cash. It's getting eaten up, right? It's getting it moving into something that's going to make your money faster than inflation. So, Moscow market is the next one. Now the sun keeps moving around the earth. It's wake up time for these people, right? These institutions. The next one that hits is London. And the London market, they're getting earlier. They're getting more aggressive. They used to be around 6:37. Now they're 5:30 is the first hit. And then you get the 7 o'clock. And London is usually 3 kicks at the cat. Because then the managers show up. And they could be coming in as late as 8:30 and 9:30. Whoops, sorry, 9:30. So there's 3 hits with London. And then the last one is the New York market. And that one's aggressive. And it's usually starting around that 5 in the morning is the first, 5 to 5:30 is the first hit. And then you get a continuous sort of push and run, and at 6:37 you get the next big hit, the next big spike. So they're the exception to the rule. You see, it could be Red Army winning now, and we have a market come on, a major market, and they're going to want to pump it up, right? Now, when they know the Red Army's winning, they see the direction, right? They see it. They know. They're not silly. They know the direction. They know that they can pump the market, and then they'll before it used to be a month to 6 months in a row, it was just they chipped away, like here. Chipped away, chipped away, chipped away, chipped away, and just kept taking profit. But now we're getting what I showed you with those BART programs, right? A BART pattern. Bart Simpson, right? Looks like his head. Where it comes up, in a market, well, we go, I'll put the clip up, right? I'll put the clip up here for you at the top, right? I marked these down on a sheet of paper real quick so I can do it for you. Up here, I'll put up the BART, and you get where you get that institution pump, and then they dump it straight away. They're getting really greedy, and instead of letting you guys have some fun and time with it. So here's the last exception. When you get a double tap like this, and we're on a Red Army winning, right? We just showed you that. 1 hour, Red Army. 2 hour, Red Army. This is direction, right? This one's weak, but it's changing, right? We're at this, look, see here, back on the 4th of March, and now we're at the 25th. We hit this high again, and we hit it way back here on 22nd of February. Sorry, 16th of February, right? So 16th of February, 2nd of March, and now here we are at the end of March, 25th, we're at the same high. So it's going to come back down again, most likely. Don't have a crystal ball. And we saw that. It went from that 45 to 44. See, 45, 44, right? Where are we? 44, right here, right? So it's back down to there. So now, when you get this double tap and you watch that clip, it always runs up. And when it does, you have an opportunity when you see, it's all just a matter of seeing these patterns, right? It's not strategy, it's not technical analysis. This is why guys with technical analysis, they tell you, you know, all these things about what's going on, and it ends up sometimes hardly working, or a little bit, or, you know, they never can call it. How many of them called for forever for 100,000 Bitcoin? For forever, for the last 24 months. That kills me. Okay, so here's what happens in the double tap. I showed it to you over and over. It runs up, and you can take that. And what would you do? Well, this run, as soon as there was a double tap, here's the run, and in Bitcoin, 0.3 so far, 0.4, right? So that's like a 4% gain on a trade. So remember, you go and you choose your pairs. So I went and looked, and I went and traded. So look here, even though there's not a whole number on FDM, right? This was the best pair. So the same thing happened with the double tap here. See this chart? It matches that chart. See that? Down, that's why you choose a pair that matches the same as Bitcoin. And so what happened here? On that run, you could see that it was going to be, right? Look what happened here. 0.99, 1%. That's a 10% gain, right? And then what you look at the last big push, right, where it started to come. Now, I got out. Why did I get out? Because it had got to, you know, you're going to look back to the other side and go, okay, it could go higher. No, this is not that same sort of pattern. This is not where it's going to get, where you look to the left that I teach you, and it's going to get to that, and you stay in it. As soon as you see after, right, I got in, and I took it, and it went down. I knew it'd keep going. I took it, and it went down. I took the last one. So I really got 3. You know, I got about a 7% here, and I got like 6 something here, and then I got a good 11, 12 right here. And as soon as I saw in the volume, 1 minute chart, as soon as I see in the volume, it's going down, I'm getting ready. I look, and then the first red candle, I'm like, thank you very much, I'm out. And down it goes. And what happens when this happens? A good amount of the time now, right? A really good amount, 90% of the time, but this is a really major number, right, on the 44, 45,000. This will come down, and it'll get through that 44,000 ceiling, right, which used to be resistance, but now they call it support. That's what kills me about technical analysis. On the way up, it's resistance. But then when it goes through, oh, no, this is support. It's just a whole number. If it gets through, right, expect it to go. And I show you on the double tap. How far do I expect it to go? I'll always show you. It'll go from that whole number of 44,000 solid, right, here at the 44. It'll go down to that 600-700 in the number below, right? It will go down to 43,600. And that's a, you know, a $300 move on Bitcoin in a matter of 4 or 5 candles is another nice snag and a little more money. Okay, so, right, what would I say? Looking at lots of comments, the last thing I want to leave with you. I see people, sometimes I worry about I've opened up Pandora's box or a can of worms. You just go steady, go slow, little amounts, and you're beyond the bot, right? You're beyond the bot account in Bybit, all right, or whatever one you're using in Bybit for your self-trading, your personal trading. Go very steady. Just get good at this. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Little amounts, not aggressive. And get used to it. And here's the main thing I want you to take away from this. As you do these trades, and you start to recognize these patterns, I want you to pay attention to how you feel. Right? Pay attention to how you feel. It's no good if you start having anxiety and your emotions get in the way. You got to stop and check yourself. Now look, it's just numbers. This is a pattern, and it's going to happen. I'm just going to take it. Because what will happen here is you'll stay in too long, or you'll jump out and cash in and take a loss. Don't do that, right? So pay attention to how you feel, and that'll lead to what I talk about, right? Competence, right? By being competent, you're doing it, practicing small amounts over and over and over. That competence and keep practicing will lead to accomplishments. You'll get accomplished at seeing the patterns. You get accomplished at seeing how you feel and your reaction and pushing through those and not letting your emotions get in the way. And that accomplishments will start to pile up, and what will happen is your confidence will grow. And when your confidence will grow, you'll stop making mistakes and you'll get into a flow and everything will work. 15 minutes. All right, you guys enjoy your Friday night. And I'm on Saturday. Shouldn't even be doing this on Saturday. It's my day off.